Welcome back to Valley Life. I'm Alicia Safias. I'm standing next to attorney at law Paul M. Smith. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you are a personal injury attorney, but you really practice a lot of different things. Tell us about that.
Well, yeah, it's primarily personal injury. We focus a lot on automobile accidents, people that slip or fall at a local department store or something along those lines, and dog bites primarily.
Okay, I think the biggest difference about you is you are local. We're standing here at Woodward Park, and you do get out in the community. People can come and speak to you directly, and that's a big difference.
Well, yes, you see other attorneys that advertise here. They're not actually local. I am local. I've been here for about a decade now. I'm not going anywhere. People call on the phone. They're going to talk to me. They come in for a free consultation. They're going to talk to me. They're not going to talk to a staff member or another attorney. They will talk to the attorney and me, and I will keep them up to date on the progress of their case. Absolutely.
Now, for a lot of us, when something traumatic happens, like a personal injury, it's difficult to know what to do, and there's a lot of chaos around us. Can you kind of walk us through the process? Because like you were saying, you do make it easy. There's a lot less involved for us because you kind of take that pressure off. Walk us through that.
Yeah, I would say that really fulfills my role as a counselor, which is what we are also, not just attorneys, we're counselors. There's a psychological aspect to getting in an accident, for example. And hiring an attorney such as myself, we can alleviate that aspect of it. It's a traumatic time, not just because you've been physically injured, but emotionally too. People don't realize that, and I can help ease that burden. Again, by talking with them and dealing with the at-fault party myself. So they don't have to worry about it. They don't have to do it. That'll be my role. So I mean, that's the first thing that people need to understand is that nothing good can come from talking to the other side, whether it's an insurance company or whoever it is. They will take what they're saying and manipulate it to benefit them, and that's where my role is.
And that is an important point that you're making, because I think a lot of us say, okay, well, we can just deal with the insurance companies ourselves and we don't want to involve anything, but that is not a good idea.
That's correct. It is a very bad idea. And a lot of people think that, especially in for example, an auto accident where there's no broken bones. Maybe they just have what we would call a soft tissue injury. Their back hurts, their neck hurts. A lot of times that individual is thinking to themselves, well, the insurance company who represents the person that hit me, they're going to treat me fairly, because that's what you and I would do, right? We would treat them fairly. If we caused an injury, we would compensate them. That's not the way that the insurance companies work. Their job is to save their own company money. We can't fault them for that, but that's their job. And so that's the biggest mistake that people can make, is to think that and not think, maybe I don't need an attorney for this. And I would just urge those that are thinking that to, at a bare minimum, give us a call for a free consultation, no charge at all, and at least let me help you. If nothing else, I will have been able to give them some pointers and give them some ideas on what they can do if they're not interested in hiring an attorney, but that's the main thing.
I think a big difficult thing for people is that they think they're not going to be able to afford an attorney. You hear all of these stories, it's so expensive to get an attorney, but in actuality, you're going to save them money.
Correct. And first and foremost, no matter what happens, they're never going to get a bill from me. I don't charge anything by the hour. I don't ask for any money up front or at any point. I work on what's called a contingency fee, which means if there's no recovery, there's no fee. So they're never going to owe me any money out of their pocket no matter what happens. And I also advance the cost, meaning the money that it takes to get money from the at-fault party, I advance that money. So, and the money that I will be able to recover for them will more than make up for my fee. And there are studies that show that too.
Obviously, again, it can be a difficult process. Are a lot of people appreciative when they come and talk to you? What are some of the stories you hear from people coming in? Are they can't believe that it's really this easy and you've taken all of this weight off of their shoulders?
Yes, and a lot of times it goes to people come to me that's skeptical, and rightfully so. They're going into a lawyer's office. Not many of us, myself included, want to really deal with an attorney. But once they're done, once they've signed up, once we represent them, a lot of times they'll come back even while they're still being treated. So they're still injured, and say, I feel so much better, my headaches are a lot better. And that's from the treatment, but it's also from not having to deal with these people. If we're lucky, we'll never get in an accident, but most of us will get in one or two in our lifetimes. I have the equivalent of getting in them almost every day, and so I can afford to deal with them. I can take their headaches and add it to mine, I guess.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Again, Paul M. Smith, a local attorney that you can trust. Call him for a free consultation, and Valley Life will be right back.